Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Terry.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Music and Me. I'm your host, Terry, and buckle up because today's episode is packed with excitement, rising stars, and Grammy buzz. That's right. We're diving into the nominees for Best New Artist at the 2025 Grammy Awards. With the Grammys just a few days away, it's time to shine a spotlight on the incredible talent that have been taking the music world by storm this year. These artists are redefining genres, breaking barriers, and creating music that we just can't stop listening to. So I'll give you the lowdown on who they are, what makes them so special, and which songs you have to add to your playlist before the big night. So grab your headphones, crank up the volume, and get ready to discover your next favorite artist. And don't keep this episode all to yourself. Please share it with your friends, family, and anyone who loves discovering amazing music. Let's spread the love for these rising stars far and wide. All right, let's dive in and meet the future of music. The Grammy Award for Best New Artist is without a doubt one of the most thrilling and prestigious categories of the night. Why? Because this is the award that catapults artists from rising stars to household names almost overnight. Just think about the icons who've taken home this honor in the past. Billie Eilish with her hauntingly unique sound and record-breaking success. Meghan Trainor, who had us all singing about that bass and self-love. And Sam Smith, whose soulful voice continues to captivate audiences worldwide. This isn't just a trophy, it's a moment that cements an artist's place in music history. But what makes this category so special isn't just the fame. It's about celebrating the artists who've truly made waves, shaken up the scene, and brought something fresh to the table. These nominees don't just create music, they create moments, movements, and memories. They're the ones whose songs become the soundtrack of our lives, whether we're belting them out in the car, crying to them in our bedrooms, or dancing like nobody's watching. This year's nominees, they're a dynamic, genre-defined group that reflects just how beautifully diverse music has become. From pop bangers that get stuck in your head for days, to rap tracks that redefine storytelling, country hits with a fresh twist, and indie gems that touch your heart. This lineup has something for every music lover. Whether you're a sucker for heartfelt ballads or a fan of beats that make you move, these artists are here to deliver. So, buckle up because we're about to dive into this year's Best New Artist nominees. Who they are, what makes them stand out, and why their music deserves a spot on your playlist. Trust me, you are in for a treat. First up, let's talk about Benson Boone, an artist who's taking the music world by storm and capturing hearts along the way, including mine. I've mentioned Benson Boone several times in this podcast. I love him. Known for his emotional pop rock sound with a soulful twist, Benson creates music that feels like a warm hug on tough days and a celebration on the good ones. His breakout hit, Beautiful Things, became an anthem of hope and resilience, pairing raw emotion with unforgettable melodies that linger long after the song ends. Benson's debut album, Fireworks and Rollerblades, perfectly capture his ability to balance joy and heartbreak. Tracks like Before You and Let Me Love You Too showcase his honest storytelling and knack for crafting songs that resonate deeply. It's no wonder he's a Grammy nominee. His voice, authenticity, and songwriting set him apart in a big way. What makes his rise even more inspiring? Benson got his start on TikTok, sharing snippets of his music that quickly went viral. From viral sensation to Grammy contender, his journey proves he's the real deal. With a talent for connecting through music and a voice that tugs at your heart, Benson Boone is a rising star that you won't want to miss. Keep an eye on him, because this is just the beginning. And I saw him perform at last year's Grammys, and as I said in last week's episode, I'm pretty sure he did flips and there might have been fire. So I'm hoping he gets to perform in this year's Grammys, and it's just as amazing. Next up, we have Sabrina Carpenter, a name you've probably heard, as I mentioned it in my previous episode and several others. But if you think you know everything about her, think again. Sabrina started out as a Disney Channel star, but over the past few years, she's transitioned into a pop powerhouse. Her album, Emails I Can't Send, put her vulnerability on full display, earning her critical acclaim and a whole new fan base. And let me just say, that album title, Emails I Can't Send, great title. Tracks like Nonsense showcase her playful side, while songs like Because I Liked a Boy dive into the emotional complexities of fame, relationships, and public scrutiny. Sabrina's ability to balance catchy pop melodies with deeply personal lyrics makes her a standout in today's crowded pop landscape. She's not just an artist who's growing, she's thriving, and this Grammy nod is a sign that the world is paying attention to her evolution. Next up, we have Doechii, a genre-defying artist who's been breaking barriers and turning heads since her debut album. Born and raised in Tampa, Florida, Doechii began her career by uploading tracks to SoundCloud before catching the attention of major labels. Her versatility is unmatched. She can effortlessly switch from spitting fire on tracks like Persuasive to showcasing her softer side on soulful R&B hits. Her viral moment came with Yucky Blunky Fruitcake, a playful yet powerful anthem that introduces the world to her unapologetic artistry. Now signed to Top Dog Entertainment, home to Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Doechii is proving she's a force to be reckoned with. She's bold, innovative, and unafraid to challenge norms, making her one of the most exciting rising stars in the music industry. I had never heard of her before I did this podcast, and I still don't know much about her. I have to be honest, I have not listened to any of her music yet, but I will, and I hope you all do too, because I like to know who's up and coming, even if it's not my kind of music. Now, let's dive into the world of Kroonbin, a Texas-based trio whose music feels like a global adventure. The band, composed of bassist Laura Lee, guitarist Mark Spear, and drummer Donald DJ Johnson, has created a sound that's impossible to pin down. Drawing inspiration from Thai funk, Middle Eastern melodies, Afrobeat, and classic rock, Kroonbin's instrumental tracks are mesmerizing. Their album, Mordecai, brought a new layer to their sound, incorporating vocals for the first time in a way that feels seamless and natural. They've collaborated with artists like Leon Bridges, proving their ability to blend genres and connect with diverse audiences. Kroonbin's rise has been steady, built on a loyal fan base and a reputation for transporting live performances. This Grammy nomination is a long overdue recognition of their groundbreaking artistry. I have not heard of Kroonbin either, and I'm excited to listen to some of their music and learn more about them. All right, I have 4 more artists to talk about, but first, here's my interesting fact of the week. Welcome to my interesting fact of the week. Today, we're diving into 2 juicy tidbits about the Grammy's Best New Artist category that might make you do a double take. Best New Artist doesn't actually mean brand new in the just discovered music last week sense. Nope. Turns out the Grammys are more like, oh, you've been making music for a decade, but you just got famous? Sure, welcome to the party. Take Bon Iver, for example. By the time they snagged a Best New Artist nomination, they'd already released albums that were essentially hipster lullabies. Or Megan Thee Stallion. She'd been dropping tracks in Hot Girl Summering long before her official breakthrough year. So new is really just Grammy speak for the industry finally noticed you. It's kind of like when a friend recommends a TV show and you're like, this has 5 seasons. How is this new to you? Honestly, this rule is kind of a vibe. It gives underappreciated artists their flowers, even if they've been hustling for years. But it also makes you wonder how many new artists are out there who've already written half of their life's soundtrack while waiting for their big break. Now, let's talk about the Grammys equivalent of a reality TV show plot twist, the Best New Artist Curse. Winning this award can either turn you into the next global superstar or, well, let's just say, where are they now? On the boost side, you've got legends like Adele and Billie Eilish, who walked off with the trophy and never looked back, except to collect more awards, of course. But then there's Milli Vanilli. Their Best New Artist win was more like the start of a true crime documentary. You know, the one where they reveal, surprise, they didn't even sing their own records. Ouch. And let's not forget A Taste of Honey, who brought us the groovy Boogie Oogie Oogie. Amazing song, right? But the curse was like, you've got one hit and that's it. They boogied their way into Grammy history and then right off the charts. So what's the moral of this fact? The Best New Artist Award is a bit like a magic 8-ball. It's either outlook good or ask again later. The real win might just be staying power, curse or no curse. And that's your interesting facts of the week. Let's get back to the amazing artists we've been talking about and see who's ready to defy the odds. Welcome back, everyone. Now, let's shine the spotlight on Ray, the British sensation who's been taking the music world by storm after years of working behind the scenes and proving she's a force to be reckoned with. She spent the early part of her career writing hits for artists like Beyoncé and Little Mix, but now she's stepping into her own spotlight and absolutely owning it. Her breakout single, Escapism, is a fearless anthem about heartbreak and self-discovery, blending haunting production with her powerful voice and raw lyrics. Ray's debut album, My 21st Century Blues, is a deeply personal project tackling themes like mental health, addiction, and resilience. After leaving her record label to go independent, Ray is proving that taking risk can pay off in a big way. So this Grammy nod is a testament to her perseverance and talent, and she's showing the world what it means to stay true to yourself. I've mentioned a song by Ray, I believe, in one of my previous episodes. I don't remember which one it is right off, but I have heard of her, and I have listened to at least the song I talked about in her previous episode. I can't remember which one it was, if it was Escapism or something else, but she's pretty cool. Next, let's talk about Chappell Roan, the pop star with a theatrical twist. Hailing from Missouri, she burst onto the scene with her bold, unapologetic style and anthems of self-expression. Her debut album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, feels like a coming-of-age movie set to music, blending storytelling with irresistible pop hooks. Tracks like Pink Pony Club and Hot to Go explore themes of identity, empowerment, and finding your place in the world. Chappell's journey hasn't been without its challenges. She was dropped by her label early in her career, but instead of giving up, she doubled down on her unique style. Now she's building a dedicated fan base and proving that authenticity wins in the end. Her Grammy recognition is just the beginning of what promises to be an incredible career. And as I said in last week's episode, she had a really, really good 2024. And I have heard of Chappell Roan, and I like a lot of her songs. And she's a very unique artist. I've seen her perform, and it's amazing, unique, and different. So I'm looking forward to the Grammys to see if she performs again, which I'm thinking she probably will. Next, we have Shaboozey, an artist who's carving out a lane all his own with his innovative blend of country and rap. Born in Virginia and influenced by both hip-hop legends and old-school country greats, Shaboozey's music tells stories that feel deeply rooted in tradition while sounding completely fresh. His breakout track, A Bar Song Tipsy, is a perfect example. Its storytelling lyrics and toe-tapping beat showcase his ability to merge two genres that, on the surface, couldn't be more different. Shaboozey's rise has been fueled by his fearless approach to music and his unique sound in turning heads in both the rap and country scenes. With his Grammy nomination, he's proving that breaking the mold can lead to incredible success. You all know I love Shaboozey. I've mentioned him in previous episodes. I mentioned him in last week's episode because he had a really great 2024. And A Bar Song Tipsy is one of my favorite songs. And it's awesome because it's different because it combines rap and country, which I don't usually listen to either genre, but this song is amazing and I love it. And I hope Shaboozey does amazing things in his career, which I'm sure he will. Finally, we have Teddy Swims, the beautiful crooner with a voice that can stop you in your tracks. Born Jayton Dimsdale in Georgia, Teddy first gained attention by posting jaw-dropping covers on YouTube, where his powerhouse vocals and heartfelt performances quickly went viral. But he's far more than just a cover artist. His original music, like the hit Bed on Fire, showcases his ability to blend soul, pop, and rock into something uniquely his own. Teddy's debut album, Unlearning, dives deep into themes of love, heartbreak, and personal growth, all delivered with raw emotion and an unmistakable authenticity. His rise to fame feels like a modern-day fairy tale, and his Grammy nod solidifies him as one of the most promising voices in the industry. Teddy Swims isn't just an artist, he's an experience. And he's another one I have mentioned in previous episodes. I love his voice. I love it. As I said, I could listen to him forever. And my favorite song of his is Lose Control, which I mentioned in last week's episode. If you haven't listened to last week's episode, please go listen to it because it's all about the top songs of 2024. And some of these artists that I've mentioned were really big last year, and they're going to do big things this year. All right, now that we've met this year's incredible lineup of Best New Artist nominees, let's take a moment to soak in just how exciting this group really is. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill collection of new faces. This year's nominees are redefining what it means to be an artist in 2025. We're talking about blending genres like never before, breaking down boundaries, and delivering music that doesn't just stick in your head, but makes you feel something. What's so thrilling is how diverse and fearless this group is. One minute, you're vibing to Benson Boone's soul-bearing pop ballads. And the next, you're grooving to Doechie's genre-bending bangers. We've got everything from the theatrical flair of Chaperone to the funk meets psychedelia magic of Croonben. And let's not forget Sabrina Carpenter, who's proving that reinvention is an art, and Teddy Swims, whose voice alone could stop traffic. Honestly, how do you even choose a favorite with a lineup like this? As for predictions, let's be real. It's anyone's game. Every single one of these artists has carved out their own lane and brought something fresh to the table. You've got Ray shaking up pop with her bold honesty, Shaboozey blurring the lines between country and rap, and Croonben making instrumental music feel like a global adventure. No matter who walks away with the trophy, one thing's for sure. We're watching the rise of some serious talent. And that's the thing about this award. It's not just a win, it's a launch pad. Just look at the careers of past winners like Billie Eilish or Megan Thee Stallion. This is the moment where careers explode, and I'm so hyped to see what's next for these incredible artists. So grab your popcorn, tune in for the Grammys, and let's see who takes home the crown. Either way, we're witnessing history, and the future of music has never looked brighter. And that's a wrap on the incredible nominees for Best New Artist at the 2025 Grammys. Seriously, how could you even pick a favorite from this lineup? Each of these rising stars has brought something fresh, exciting, and unforgettable to the music world. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to The Music and Me, and if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and share it with all your music-loving friends. Your support means the world to me, and it keeps these episodes coming. Mark your calendars because next week, I'm switching gears and diving into the Broadway magic of The Lion King. That's right, I'm finally getting to see it in New York City, and I couldn't be more excited. And it's the only one of the 3 Broadway shows that I'll be seeing that I haven't already covered on the podcast. For my takes on Wicked and Aladdin, check out the earlier episodes, which I'll link in the show notes. Trust me, this is going to be a roaring good time, so you don't want to miss it. Until then, keep listening to the music that moves you, and remember, there's always a new melody, lyric, or story waiting to inspire you. Peace out, everybody. This has been the Music in Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.
This has been